Math. We all knew it had changed, but now that we're teaching it, yikes! So I was listening to one of my teenagers explain how to do a math problem, and I got a little distracted and started thinking about non-number numbers. Wait a minute. If he was able to explain the math problem to me, that means he's learned it. Oh, hashtag winning at homeschool math. So back to that non-number number. I think the number 0 gets a really bad rap. If you ask anyone what 0 means, they all say the same thing. It means nothing. I think it's actually a very powerful number, just waiting for someone to go first and to add to it. Think about the food collection boxes for our shelters. We started with 0 pounds of food, and then the ask was made, and someone dropped off what they had. And now 3 weeks later, we've collected 1,500 pounds of food. 0 masks available at the hospital and 0 elastic to be had in town. So the ask was made. Do you have elastic or fabric? And 0 became 4,000 masks sewn by our friends and neighbors. Sunshine Rescue Mission at the beginning of COVID-19 had a terrible time. Their walk-in refrigerator quit, their stove stopped working, and they had a huge influx of people who needed them, a hot meal and a place to stay. They started with $0, but the ask was made. And now they have $40,000 to replace that fridge, the stove, and to continue feeding and caring for those citizens that we have here in town that need them the most. So I think 0 is a very powerful number. I can't help but think of a true story in the Gospels, and I like the one in John. It's my favorite one. Jesus is teaching on a hill to a crowd. Now, this crowd is hungry. It's dinner time, and there isn't any food to be had. So the ask went out, and a small boy shared what he had. He had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Now, the disciples were concerned, and they asked, "How far will this go in such a big crowd?" But Jesus took that small lunch, and he gave thanks, and 5,000 men were fed that day. And not just fed, it says they ate as much as they wanted, and there were still 12 baskets of food left over. So you see, when we give what we have, our time, our talent, our extra food, or our money, no matter how big or how little we think it is, because when one of us goes first, those zeros can be very powerful numbers.